Hello everybody and welcome to another episode. In today's episode I'm going to show you how to properly remove or replace the front brake pads from any Nissan Qashqai J10 or J11 out there. So today I'm working on this vehicle on which I'll have to do different works. I'll have to replace the rear parking brake shoes, I'll have to replace the rear brake disc and also the rear brake pads. But in today's episode I'm only going to show you all how to replace the front brake pads from this kind of vehicle. And right here in these boxes I have the brand new parts which I am going to install on this vehicle, and the manufacturer which I choose to go with, it's Henny Parts. This is a very good manufacturer, it's not very expensive and it's a very high quality one. Without any further ado, I will go ahead, I will show you all how to replace the front brake pads from this kind of vehicle. And the first thing which you have to do is to lift the vehicle up and put it on a jack stand, and you have to remove the front wheel. Right here I'm going to show you all how to do it on the driver's side, but it's not important on which side you are starting because everything is similar from one side to the other, so you don't have to worry about anything. And after you finish removing the front wheel, the first thing which you have to do is to turn the steering wheel into the opposite direction or into the exterior, just to create you more space and more room to work with, and in this way it will make the job a little bit easier and easier to access it. After that, from this position, the first thing which you have to do is to remove the two bolts which are securing the caliper attached to the caliper mounting bracket. This is the first bolt right here at the top, the second one is right here at the bottom, and you have to remove those two completely, and then the caliper will be pushed out and you can just work on itself after that. Also, it's a very good idea to use a flat screwdriver and put it right here in the middle of the caliper, just to push a little bit the piston back into the caliper, and in this way it will release all the pressure which can be over the brake pads. Right here in this moment I'm pulling the caliper forward, and because of that the piston will be pushed back into the caliper. In this way it will release out the pressure which will be over the caliper and over the brake pads, and the caliper can be pulled out very easy after that. And after that I recommend you to not let the caliper hang over the brake line, because if you do so it can create damage to the brake line or it can also break it. My recommendation will be to put it over the rotor or hang it with something over the strut. After that you have to pull out the brake pads. You'll only have to pull them to the exterior and it will come out from its place. You'll also have to remove these metal plates on which the brake pads will slide back and forth, and you have to clean them very good with a wire brush. And right here you will also have to use a wire brush over the caliper mounting bracket, and you have to clean it very good inside and outside, just to make sure that in the future the brake pads will slide very easy back and forth. And in my opinion, if you do all of these things right, you'll have no problems with the braking system on the car in the future. On this side, from what I can see, the caliper piston boot, it broke it completely, it has a hole in it, and because of that normally if you don't replace it right away, it can create damage to the caliper, it can make it rust, and also it can block the piston into the caliper. Right in this moment I don't have the parts to replace it, but in the future I'm going to order the part. I'm going to probably make a video and show you all how to replace the piston boot from any caliper out there. Moving forward with the job, the next thing which you have to do is to remove the slide spring from the caliper mounting bracket. You'll have to pull them out, and you have to make sure they are very well lubricated. You have to make sure that they are not rusted or something like that. And the most important part is to make sure that they are sliding in and out very easy without too much force. In my case, they are looking very good. I'm going to lubricate each one of them and I'm going to install them back into the carrier or into the caliper mounting bracket. Normally you'll have two on each caliper of the vehicle. Very good everybody, so far everything is looking good, everything is looking very nice. Right here I'm going to remove these metal parts, I'm going to clean them with a wire brush, and I'm going to install them back over the carrier or over the caliper mounting bracket. Before installing the new brake pads, my recommendation will be to spray some sort of copper paste or something like that over these metal parts, just to make sure that the brake pads will slide very easy in and out, and you'll have no problems in the future with the brake pads getting stuck or something like that over the caliper. From here, just take the brake pads, just make sure to install them correctly. Normally you won't be able to install them wrong, but you never know. Just make sure to install them correctly into the correct position. Okay everybody, so right here the brake pads are installed correctly into the carrier, but from what I can see, the caliper is not going over them. So this is because the piston from the caliper is not pushed completely into the caliper. So you'll have to use a special tool like this one. This is a tool which is working for most of the calipers out there. You'll have to push it over the piston and you'll have to turn it to the right, and the piston in this way will be pushed into the caliper completely. You'll have to keep turning it to the right until the piston from the caliper will no longer go into the caliper. After that, make sure to clean the area. You'll have to use some brake cleaner to clean the piston, the boot and also the brake pads, and after that you can install everything back together over it. In my case, because the boot from the piston is broken, I am going to use some WD-40 just to spray it a little bit into it, because I don't want to make it rust while I'm going to fix the problem in the future. From here, just put the caliper over the caliper mounting bracket, and you'll have to tie the two bolts which are securing it mounted in place to 30 Newton meters. After you finish installing all the parts back over the vehicle, you'll have to go into the vehicle, you'll have to push the brake pedal a few times until it will create some pressure and until the piston will come out and it will be pushed over the brake pads. From here, those are all the things which you have to do and follow if you want to replace the front brake pads from this kind of vehicle. Thank you all for watching. If you like the video and found it informative, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give me a comment and a like down below. See you next time.